story of the mine began in 1845 with the chance discovery of copper ore by a shepherd near Burra Creek. At first, all the mining took place underground. Burra mine was famous for the richness of its copper ores and for the first 10 years of its life, the largest mine in Australia. When the mine was reopened in 1970, it was turned into an open pit mine, and that's where the big hole comes from that we see today. Orford's engine house, built in 1858, housed an 80-inch diameter atmospheric beam engine used to pump the water from the mine, as at this stage they had to be mining at below the water table. Both the pump and winding engines were steam-driven in those days, and this required quite a bit of steam for the 24 hours every day. It was a single-tube steam boiler, and they used wood chopped locally. As steam was the power source of the day, a number of chimneys are around the site. The square design gives an indication of its Cornish origin. This is another of the chimneys, and it is quite interesting how they built tunnels from the boilers to the various chimneys, obviously to remove the smoke from the wood fires. The greenish colour of the water changes in intensity throughout the year due to the light scattering effect caused by the temperature changes in the water. This was the ore processing area, and here one can see the remnants of the coker pans which transported the ore around the mine site. The ore dressing tower, built in 1870, was used to treat the ore from the open cut workings, which essentially is a process of separating the commercially valuable mineral from the ore. From the mine lookout, one gets an indication of the extent of the ore body. In the centre of the scene, one can see the two fault zones which go through the mine diggings. Looking out over Burra from the hill next to the mine, this is looking over Burra North, where the suburbs are named after the Cornish towns and the streets after the mines in Cornwall. This is where the smelter complex was built in 1849 and remained in operation until 1868, after which the ore was transported by bullock team to Port Wakefield. The struggle for the possession of this new copper-bearing land quickly followed. The interested parties resolved into two groups, the Knobs and the Snobs. The Knobs were the capitalists and included the owners of the Kapunda mine. The Snobs were the shopkeepers and merchants from Rundle and Hindley Streets in Adelaide. The Knobs drew the southern half, naming their mine the Princess Royal, which failed. The Snobs the northern half, which became the Burra mine and rapidly grew into one of the great copper mines of the world. Erected in 1847, this building is one of the oldest remaining mine buildings in Australia. The arched stone roof of the design added some strength in the event of an explosion. One can only imagine that gunpowder was not particularly stable in those early days. It was used to store the gunpowder for the blasting of the ore from the rock faces in the mine. This is the view from outside the powder magazine, looking out into the direction of the town Clare, which is somewhere over those hills. A scale model of the mine in its heyday is on display as part of the museum. You can see the various shafts used and the buildings, most of which are now just ruins or have disappeared when the pit was dug.